Good morning, dear students. I am Seema Karnik, Maths and Science teacher from Baroda High School ONGC, Junior 1, Secondary and Higher Secondary section. On this auspicious day of Teachers' Day, first of all, I would like to give you a lots of wishes and blessings for your bright future. As you know, this year the whole nation is fight against the pandemic, and due to this pandemic, the colleges and schools are closed for the students. But we continue our teaching learning process online, offline, right? Teachers are used to give a virtual classes, and students also do online studies. And for that, for fulfill the purpose of teaching learning process, teachers and students both are sharing their mobile numbers, address, name, their email ID, etc. So these are so many information we have to share to fulfill our teaching learning process. So in maths, this data we called as a statistics. So now you must got the point that we are going to start today chapter number 14, statistics. Its weightage in board exam is 6 marks. In a singular form, statistic is one of the subject, and in a plural form, statistics means data. This chapter is very important as this comes in higher classes. Either you take commerce or science stream. Okay, so let's start our chapter number 14. But before that, I would like to ask you or want to recall some points which you already studied in 9th standard. Okay, in 9th standard you got some concept regarding or basic knowledge of statistics, and in that you you got the idea about how to find out the measures of central tendency, and that are three: mean, median and mode. And in ninth, whatever you do or did is to find out the mean, median and mode for ungrouped data. Now we will do for 10th standard same topic, statistics, but one level higher. In ninth, you have studied about how to find out the measures of central tendencies, mean, median and mode for ungrouped data. In 10th standard, we extend the level. And we are going to study the formulas regarding finding the mean, median and mode for group data. So let's start our teaching learning process. Now let's start chapter number 14. As I told you earlier that its weightage is 6 marks in board. And the first topic of chapter number 14 is mean of group data. So there are total 3 methods to find out mean for group data. So let's see which are they. So first is direct method. Sigma x bar is equal to sigma fi xi by sigma xi. This formula you can apply already in finding the mean for ungrouped data also. Okay, this is the same formula. See, one point or one question arise in your mind maybe that if we have a direct method, then why it is necessary to use assume mean method and step deviation method here? Okay, so why unnecessarily we remember this other formula also? Okay, so the reason behind is if you see here sigma fi xi, it is a product. Sigma is a sum and fi xi is a product of frequency and xi is a midpoint. Okay, and you have already studied in 9th standard. What is the formula of midpoint? Upper limit plus lower limit by 2. Okay, in each class, if you want to find out the midpoint of the class, it is upper limit plus lower limit by 2. And here it is a product of these two, and then there is a sum of all the product, right? It is like this. Now, if the number of Fi and Xi are too large, their product must be too large again, and it is very time consuming and time taking, we can say, to calculate such type of example and to find out the mean. Okay, so for the modification, or we can say to consume less time, these two methods are a modification of direct method, and the second one is assume mean method, and the third one is the step deviation method. Again, one assume mean method is there, we can agree. Then what is the need of step deviation method? Again, the question arises. As you know about the classes may be of a same class size or maybe a different class size. If the class length or size are different, then we can use assume mean method. But if the class size is same, it is better to use a step deviation method. Now, I hope you are getting this whole concept where we have to use which formula to find out mean. Okay, so just take a glance here. Direct method is x bar is equal to sigma fi xi by sigma fi. What do you mean by fi? Fi is a frequency of each class and xi is a midpoint of each class, and their product is fi xi, and the sum of all such product is sigma fi xi and divided by sigma fi. Sigma fi is small n, which we called as a total number of frequency. Now come to the assume mean method. Here x bar is equal to capital A plus sigma fi di upon sigma fi. As you know, x bar is a mean, fi is a frequency of each class, A is any non-zero number or value of xi. Xi means a midpoint of a class. Okay, so any non-zero value you can pick as a capital A. That capital A we called as assume mean. Is it clear? Now, sigma fi, again as usual, it is small n, it is equal to total number of frequency. Now, what do you mean by fi? We already know, frequency of I class, or we can say each class, we can say di. Di again, it is xi minus A. See, xi is a midpoint of ith class, and value A, once we fixed, it is same for all the sum, all the classes. Okay, you will get better idea when we will do this sum. Now, third one is a step deviation method. In step deviation method, as I told you, we can do this when the class length is same to get a less time consumption and get the better result. And therefore, this formula include C. Here x bar is equal to A plus sigma fi ui upon sigma fi into C. What is this C? This is the equal class length. This is the equal class length C. Now x bar as usual mean, A is assumed mean. Now what is ui? Ui is xi minus A by C. Ui is equal to xi minus A by C. And then Fi is as usual frequency. Sigma Fi is small n, which is a number of total frequency or total number of frequency. So mainly these three methods are useful to find out the mean for or of grouped data. Okay, so as per the given question, we have to use any one formula out of these three. So let's see the example related to it so you can get a sure idea or better idea. Now let's start exercise 14.1. Now in 14.1, the first example is a survey was conducted by a group of students as a part of their environment awareness program, in which they collected the following data regarding the number of plants in 20 houses in a locality. Find the mean number of plants per house. Find the mean number of plants per house. It means we have to find out mean here. Is it clear? Now, as you see the table, in table there are two rows and the columns are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns, total 8 columns, but in first column there are the number of plants and number of houses are written in first and second row. And then if you see the classes, it is 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, 10 to 12 and 12 to 14. And if you see the frequency of the plant, number of houses, 1, 2, 1, 5, 6, 2, 3. Okay, these are the numbers of houses. So from given data, you can get idea that the number of frequency and the midpoint, if we find out from the classes, the values are small. And the values are small, which method we should prefer? The first one, that is the direct method to find out mean. Is it clear? In any given question, if the numbers or values of xi and fi are small, then we should prefer to select a direct method to find out mean. Okay, so let's start our example. Let's start solving. I have already written here the data which are given. 0 to 2, house number means number of house 1, 2 to 4, this is 2, 4 to 6, 1, 6 to 8, 5, 8 to 10, 6, 10 to 12 plants, 2 houses, and 12 to 14, 3 houses. So first of all, as we know, what is the formula for the direct method to find out mean? It is xi is equal to sigma fi xi by sigma fi. So first of all, we already have fi. It means frequency we already have. Now, how to find out xi? Xi is a midpoint of each class. And what is the formula? The formula to find out the midpoint of each class is upper limit plus lower limit by 2. As you see, the different classes are given here. For each classes, the upper limit and the lower limit are different. Here 0 to 2. For this class, this is the first class. Second class, third class, fourth class, fifth class, sixth class and seventh class. For the first class, the lower limit is 0 and the upper limit is 2. If someone is asked what is the lower limit of fourth class, so this is the first, second, third and fourth. And the lower limit of the fourth class is 6. Upper limit is 8. Now, what is 12 here? If it is asked, 12 is upper class of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Upper limit of the 6th class. Are you getting me? Okay. Now, before start this concept which you already studied in 9th standard must be clear in your mind. Otherwise, you do not go ahead and solve such type of example. Okay. Now, let's start here midpoint xi for the first one. Upper limit, lower limit plus upper limit. 0 plus 2 by 2 means it is 1. 2 by 2 is 1. 2 plus 4, 6. 6 by 2 is 3. 4 plus 6, 10. 10 by 2 is 5. 6 plus 8, 14. 14 by 2 is 7. Now, if you notice, there is a gap of 2. If we add 2 in 1, we will get the next midpoint, means midpoint of the second class. If we add 2 in this, we will get a midpoint of the third class, like this. Why this happened? Because the class length of each class is same. The class length is 2 for the each class. Are you getting me? So without calculation, if you just go on adding 2, we will get a midpoint of next class. Is it clear? Okay. Now if we add 2, here we get 9, here it is 11, here it is 30. Okay. Now next is a product of Fi Xi, the multiplication of Fi and Xi. So here 1 into 1 is 1, 2 into 3 is 6, 1 into 5 is 5, 7 into 5 is 35, then it is 54, then it is 22, and then it is 39. Is it clear? Now the next step is to go do the addition, because we want a total number of frequency, and therefore 1 plus 2 3 plus 1 4, 4 plus 5 9, 9 plus 6 15, 15 plus 5 is 20. And here if we do addition, here it is 11 15 20, for 25 6, it is 31 2, and it is 5 plus 5 10 13, and then it is 162. Sigma FIUI is 162. Once we get this type of, okay, after the calculation, once we get this two value, the next step and the last step is just substitute the value in the formula. So here, how much the value of FIXI, sigma FIXI? It is 162. So it is 162 by 20. And therefore, X bar we get is 8.1. So this is our main answer. The mean of the given data is 8.1, or you can write the last answer like this: the mean number of, or we can say 8.1 number of plants are there per house. Okay, and last question it is asked, which method did you use for finding the mean and why? It means they want your justification also. If you select this method, then give justification why you have selected. Okay, at the starting I just told you why we selected this method, as the value of Fi and Xi are small and therefore the product are small, and then we can, therefore we are going to, we have used this direct mean method. Is it clear? I hope you got the concept, and the such type of example you can easily do at your own. Now go for the next question. Now let's start the second question. It is given that consider the following distribution of daily wages of 50 workers of a factory. Wages means paisa, their salary on daily basis, right? And the data is given, and find the mean daily wages of the worker of a factory by using appropriate method. Here they do not mention the particular method. The appropriate method we have to apply. Okay, so each and every point of view are different maybe. Okay, so what is our point of view? Let's see. Here, as you see the class interval, it is 100, 120, 120, 140, 140, 160, 160, 180, 180, 200. The class interval, or we can say a class length, it is same. That is the first thing that we notice. Okay. Second thing, if you see the class mark, it is upper limit plus lower limit by 2. So it is 110 for the first class, second class 130, third class 150, fourth class 170, and for fifth class it is 190. The frequencies are given like this: 12, 14, 8, 6, 10. So can we use a direct method? Yeah, we can, but it may be time consuming method. And in maths, it is very difficult to manage the time, as in 3 hours we have to complete the 80 marks paper. Okay, so here we should use that method by which our time consumption will be less. So here, as the class length is same, the values of xi and fi are large, we prefer to use a step deviation method. Is it clear? And what is the formula to find out mean by step deviation method? That is, x bar is equal to a small a or greater a. In some book, the capital letter A is given for assume mean, and in some it is small a. Okay, so and a plus sigma fi ui by sigma fi multiply by h. Okay, in Gujarat board it is, in that book it is given C. In NCERT it is h. So you can write here small h for the class length. Is it clear? So this is the formula by which we can get the answer of this given data. So let's start the calculation. Now I am showing you how to calculate. First of all, to find out ui, its formula is xi minus a by 20. Why I have written here 20? Because a class length or class size of each class is 20. Is it clear? And therefore ui is equal to xi minus a by 20. Now we have to select a, assume mean. Out of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values. Okay, so one hint I am giving you here, that always select the middle xi value as assume mean for the easy calculation. I am showing you why it will be easy. Okay, so let's start. Here we assume that let 150 is our assume mean. Now for calculation, as here xi minus a. So here xi is 110. So here it is 110 minus 150 is our a. So 150 by 20. Okay, so 110 minus 150 is equal to minus 40. Minus 40 by 20. So it is equal to minus 2. Isn't it? Are you getting it? Now for next, again ui is 130 minus a is 150 by 20. So here minus 20 divided by 20 is equal to minus 1. Now here xi minus a. So xi is 150 and a is also 150. So we can say that 150 minus 150 by 20 is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. Is it clear? Okay. Now next, xi minus 150. So 170 minus 150 by 20. So 20 by 20 is equal to 1. And then 190 minus 150 by 20. So 40 by 20 is equal to 2. Now if you notice why I have selected 150 as a assuming, this is center 0, minus 1, minus 2, and at the lower part it is 1 and 2. Okay, now isn't it easy to multiply 12 into minus 2, 14 into minus 1? Here it is 0, 6 into 1 and 10 into 2. Yes, it is easy. Is it clear? I hope you are getting this concept. See, the mathematics is a subject of logic. You have to apply your logic. Not just hard work you have to do. You have to do a smart work also. So you will get a better result in less time. Is it clear? Okay, so let's start. Let's calculate the fi ui. Okay, now here, as you see, it is 12 into minus 2. So it is minus 24. 14 into minus 1. So minus 14. 8 into 0. Any value you can multiply by 0 is 0. 6 into 1 is 6. 10 into 2 is 20. Okay. Now, the next thing, if you see, both values are minus. So, we can do addition of this minus value. So, minus 24 plus minus 14. So, minus 38 we got. Is it clear? Now, this is 0. Now, this is plus value. 20 plus 6. So, it is 26. Now, you can get easy method to find out the addition. Minus 38 plus 26. So, is equal to minus 12. So, finally, we can write that sigma FIUI is equal to minus 12. It is minus 12. Okay. Now, what is the next step? To substitute the value. A is what here? 150. So, here it is 150 plus sigma FIUI is minus 12 and sigma FI. Okay, we forgot to calculate this sigma FI. So, do addition of this 12 plus 14, 36, 36 plus 8. It is 44, then it is 10. Okay. So, total is, here it is 50. Total is 50. Now, again, substitute this value. And what is H here? H is a class length. And class length here, as you see, it is 20. Okay. So, multiply by 20. Now, simple calculation always preferable. 0, 0 cancel out. Minus 12 into 2 is minus 24. So, 150 minus 24. Okay, 120 minus 24. Like that you can do. And divide by 5. Is it clear? Now, we can take LCM. 15 5s are 75. So, here it is 750 minus 24 by 5. So, 750 minus 24, it is equal to 726 by 5. And therefore, if we divide this 726 by 5, finally we get 145 by 145.2. So, our answer is 145.2. Now, I hope it is clear why we have done this method, particularly for this question, and how we can find out x bar by step deviation method. Okay, let's move to the next one. Let's do one example in which we can use assume mean method. Okay. Let's start the third question. The following distribution shows the daily pocket allowance of children of a locality. The mean pocket allowance is rupees 18. Find the missing frequency f. If you see the given table, in that the number of children in that row in 5th class, it has a frequency f. It doesn't give any number. And the one different thing in this question is here the mean value or mean pocket allowance is given. It means x bar is already given and we are asked to find out the missing frequency small f. And as I told you earlier that we can do or I will show you the assume mean method. I have done this question or solve this question by assume mean method. Otherwise, if you see, there is a class length which is same. Okay, so you can do the or solve or get the value f, small f, by using step deviation method also. Okay, now one tip I want to give you, that if it is in exam, if particular method they ask, you have to perform that method only. Otherwise, examiner will may cut your marks. Is it clear? So keep this thing in your mind. If they ask particularly step deviation method, you have to use step deviation method only. Okay, if there is no bar of using any particular method, it's your choice to do or to solve the given question by any method. Is it clear? Now, this particularly third question, if it is asked in exam, so you should apply the step deviation method because it is less time consuming and your calculation might be low or it is small. Okay, so we are going to start the third by assume mean method. So you can get a idea about that method also, and that's why I have done by that method. Okay, so here the class intervals are 11 to 13, 13 to 15, 15 to 19, 19, 17 to 19, 19 to 21, 21 to 23 and 23 to 25. Again, the assume mean method is formula we have to just remember. Again, it is A plus sigma Fi di by sigma Fi. As A small is assuming, and as I told you earlier, which value we have to select of midpoint? The middle value. Here, these are the values of xi of different classes as it is 11 and 13. So, lower limit plus upper limit by 2. 11 plus 13 by 2, it is 24 by 2. So, it is 12. And as the class intervals of all the classes are same, which value we have to continue adding in class in mid value? 2. So 2, if we add in 12, we can get 40, which is a mid value of the next class, succeeding class. Okay. Again, if we add a 2, we will get the mid value of third class. Okay, this is the third class. Then the fourth, again 2 added 18, again 2 added 20, again 2 added 22, again 2 added 24. Now, the frequencies are given like this: 7, 6, 9, 13, F. This F is not any value. We have to find out its value. 5 and 4. So, as we do the addition of all this frequency, we got here sigma Fi is equal to 44 plus F. As we are doing addition, we have to do addition of all the numbers and do plus F. Is it clear? Now, next thing is to find out Di. What is Di? Di is xi minus A. As we already confirmed or selected our value A, which is assume mean, and 18 I selected as a assume mean here, and therefore Di for the first class is xi minus A. Here xi is 12. So 12 minus 18 minus 6. Similarly 14 minus 18 minus 4. 16 minus 18 minus 2. 18 minus 18, 0. Like that you can see it is 20 minus 18, 2, 4 and 6. Okay. So now the next thing is to calculate or to get the product Fi Di. So here it is Di and Fi is there. 7 into minus 6 minus 42. 6 into minus 4 minus 24. 9 into minus 2 minus 18. 13 into 0. 0. F into 2. Here you have to make sure there will be no mistake by yourself. Here not plus, here it is a multiplication because we need product Fi Di. So it is 2 into F, so it is 2F. Okay. Now 5 into 4 is 20 and 4 into 6 is 24. Again if I want to do a sum, so here first of all I have to do addition of negative numbers to make calculation easy. Okay. So here minus 42, minus 24, minus 18. So minus 84. 0. Just leave it as it is. Here 20 plus 24. So 44 and plus here it is 2F. So if I do the addition of all these 1, 2 and 3 things, so it is minus 84 plus 44. So it is minus 40 plus 2F is the final value of sigma Fi Di. Is it clear? Now, next just substitute the value, whatever we got by the calculation and whatever it is given. Okay. Now, here x bar is equal to 18, which is given, that the mean pocket allowance is 18. Okay. Now, therefore 18 is equal to, our assumed mean is also 18, and plus minus 40 plus 2f by 44 by f. Okay. Now this 18 goes to other hand. So 18 minus 18 is 0. This value we put as it is. Now this 44, as it is the denominator, if we do a cross multiplication, it will multiply with 0. Again, any number multiplied with 0 is 0. So this whole value is become 0 now, and therefore finally we get minus 40 plus 2f is equal to 0, and therefore 2f is equal to 40 and f is equal to 20. So our final answer for this particular question is f is equal to 20. So missing frequency, its value is 20. Is it clear? All this concept I hope you get better, okay, and you can able to do or able to solve such type of question easily after that. Okay, so we are going to stop here our lecture. I hope you enjoy our lecture. Okay, enjoy my lecture, and we will meet you soon. Till then, goodbye and stay safe.